Hello everyone. So I'm just doing this quick video to explain how I was able to get this move on gold. So you can see we were able to get about 150 pips. So the initial setup we sent was a buy limit to buy gold, and gold almost, I think, it hit our SL, and I had to reorder now the same price. And this was why I was so confident in the buys on gold this morning. And at the end we end up having about 150 pips, and I asked everyone to close. So I'm just going to walk you through how I was able to re-enter the trade and what made me to enter the trade. So looking at gold on the higher time frame, you'll notice that on the 4 hour, let's look at the 4 hour time frame. Pretty much you'll notice that yes, we have been moving to the downside, right? We're moving to the downside. And if you look here on my chart, you see that we have certain key areas which I'm looking at. So we have this first support level here. We have the next support level, which was a previous month low. So this low was from the previous month, and we have our next support level. So these are my support level which I've been able to establish throughout, right? So having established these support levels, I'm looking at taking trades based on these levels when price breaks out and other retests on those levels, right? So now we saw price moving all the way, price rejected on this trend line, which is the first touch, second touch, third touch, right? So in price rejected on this trend line, I was expecting a move back all the way to this level where it recently broke out from, which was acting as a resistance, right? Let me open this. So I was expecting a move back to this particular zone. So we had a breakout. As price rejected here, I was expecting price to move back to this zone. So notice that this level here is a key significant zone because we have first rejection and another rejection here. So this was our support which was established, so it wasn't broken, and it is in confluence with our trend line. So we have basically two main things here: the support level, key significant level, and we have what? A support, a trend line. Now when price rejected and went back to retest again this our level, this the breakout here, and then came back again and rejected on this trend line. So you notice that on this trend line on the 4 hour time frame, price did not close what? Below the trend line. Price closed above, rejected, came back again, and then did what? Form kind of like a double top, which I was looking at here. So I was looking at this area, this level, as my area of interest, right? Now I was looking that I was going to take a buy if and only if price breaks out of this particular zone here. So 23.94, that was when I was interested for, I will be interested for a buy, right? So notice that we had a rejection on the trend line, and we have what? This candle, what? Engulfing this candle, right? So this kind of gave me confirmations on the 4 hour time frame that we're going to have some buys before price is going to continue to the downside, right? So having seen these confirmation, this rejection, and this engulfing candle at my point of interest, my area of interest, I was now interested for a buy, which I went out to my lowest time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, after seeing this rejection at this particular zone that we have here, price pushed the upside and closed above, right? So I took my initial sell was here, and I got stopped out. Right, when I got stopped out, I noticed that, oh, my stop loss was too tight. That was the only reason why we were stopped out. I had a stop loss of about 20 something pips. So I now said, okay, I was still confident in the setup. When I see this candle was a candle that took me out, this black candle, this bearish candle, and when price started rejecting back to the upside, that was when I now told my members to re-enter, and we had to put our stop loss just below this low that price has formed here, right? So that was done on the 30 minutes. So on the 30 minutes, this was when we entered the trade. So you can see price rejected, took us out here, took us out at this point, and I had to just put my stop loss below, and we entered the trade somewhere here. And now price just kept moving to the upside. So my target for this particular trade was actually to see that price to retest the previous day high, right? The previous day high, which we'll be looking at, is this point here. If you don't know how to put the previous day high, go on your settings, go to events, and look for session breaks, right? Once you click on that, you're going to see your chart is going to be divided into different days. So this was yesterday. So if I want to mark out the previous day high, I'll basically just take my horizontal line. So this is going to be the high of yesterday, right? So I was targeting this day, this yeah, but when after seeing price rejecting at this key area where we had a breakout here, right? So I had to tell my members to close at 150 pips. So you can see that it was a 1:3 setup, right? So this was how I was able to catch this move. But I'm still expecting to see if we have a breakout somewhere here. If we have a breakout here, then we have a retest price. We test this previous day high and then grabs liquidity, and then before we can expect price to drop back to the downside to continue its bearish movement, right? So this was how we were able to catch this particular move. Currently we are on the GBP card sell trade. So this is the GBP card sell trade we are currently inside. So on the 4 hour on GBP card, what we will see is that we are in a downtrend on GBP card, right? We are on a downtrend on GBP card, and from here I just wanted to get this continuation move, right? Looking at this continuation move, that was the main target for this trade, to see how we can cash the continuation to the downside, the bearish continuation, right? So I see, after seeing that and saw price trying to pull back a bit, it would have been best if you get if we got a deep pullback up to this zone, then continuation to the downside. But seeing this pattern form on the lower time frame, this bullish flag, you can see after a movement to the downside, you can see price can form a flag and then eventually drop. So I was capitalizing on this pattern which I saw here, and I saw the breakout, a retest, and then we took the trade. So we are currently on this trade, trying to see if we can get a 1:3 as well. However, if this trade happens to take us out, then I will be looking at this area here to get what sells to the downside. I'm still bearish on GBP card, by the way. So these are the two trades we are currently inside. So if you check the Telegram community, you'll notice that we are send the two buy limit on gold, sell on GBP card, and I said activated. We enter gold now. When I saw that, I just knew it was just we just got stopped out, like it was just a minimal stop loss, so it was too tight, and I asked them to re-enter the same, then tip stop loss 40 pips, and eventually we caught the move at 150 pips, which I told them to close now, right? So that's that, and that was just a breakdown of how we were able to catch these moves for today, right? Still expecting to see if gold can reach to the daily high. Yeah, thank you, peace out.